What's up, y'all? Hey, I heard you say you wanted to get in real estate. I'm about to show you the whole process. This is the whole process whenever you getting into real estate, finding a deal, whatever you want to call it. This is the process that you will follow. And it's simple. It's not always easy, but it's simple as long as you follow the formula. Before you do anything, it's going to be finding a deal. How do you find a deal? It's lots of ways to find a deal. One of them would be Zillow. Everybody knows Zillow. You go on Zillow, you find a property, right? Another one would be a realtor. A realtor is somebody that does this every day. He knows where the deals is at. He can help you find a deal depending on what you're looking for. That's a realtor. If you don't want to go that route, some of the routes you could use is a county assessor. Go to a county assessor website and just look up random properties. If you see a boarded up house, go to the county assessor website, look up the house, see who owns it, see what it's worth, look at it, see what's wrong with it, if it had a roof put on last 10 years or not, things like that. Just do your homework on the property and then you can see what it's worth, who owns it, and all of these things. Another one that a lot of people hear about is tax lien sales and foreclosure, all the auctions and things like that. So to go into a little bit of detail on those, every county is different. Some of them may have tax lien sales every month. Some of them may have them every year. Some of them may have them every 6 months. It just depends on where you at. So where I'm at, is every month. I mean, every year. Every year around June, they do an auction, and it's for the taxes. So you pay the person's taxes, and if they don't pay you, you get the house. It's a little more complicated than that, but that's for a different video. Another is foreclosures. Every county is different. Some counties do foreclosures every month. Some of them do them every year. Where I'm at, they do them every week. Every week, where I'm at, you can go down to the courthouse and they have a foreclosure auction. Just think about it. People lose their houses all the time for health reasons, because their marriage didn't work, because they got fired from their job. So it's always houses being foreclosed on. Foreclosure is just the bank taking back the property that they lent the money to. They lent you some money, you didn't pay, they take back the property, they auction it off and get their money. So that's what a foreclosure auction is. Here is every week. You can go down there every week and find them. Another way, you see those signs in the yard. Those are signs saying that this house is for sale. It might be for sale by the owner. You just simply call the number and talk to the person. See if they want to do it on contract. See if they want all of their money up front. Like you have to go to a bank and finance it. Getting out there, actually talking, actually making deals is the way that you're going to learn real estate. Think about it like this. Have you ever explain to somebody a lemon? Just think about a lemon. Now think about somebody that never seen a lemon before. They don't know what a lemon is. How would you explain a lemon? You would explain the lemon by telling them it's sour. It makes this sound whenever you peeling it. It makes this sound when you cutting it and squeezing the juice out of it. It's very juicy and the juice is very sour. It has these seeds in it. So you explaining all of these details. You cannot get into real estate if you don't know the details. Right? So you have to learn these details. The details is understanding foundations, understanding how much it would take to fix up a property. You go into a property, you smell it, you smell all the mildew and must and all of these things from a fix and flip that you got to do, and you know how much this property will cost to fix up. So you got to get in there, you got to look at deals, you got to know what you're looking for. Just like a lemon, you have to know so you'll be able to assess what it's worth yourself. So that's the first step, is to find the deal. You got to understand the deal. The next step is going to be contracts. What is contracts? Contracts might be purchase agreements. It might be lease with an option agreements. And at that time, that's when you give them the earnest money. Earnest money is simply them agreeing not to sell the property until you close on it. They won't sell it to nobody else. You give them $100 down payment, and that's called earnest money. It could be from $10 to $100, however much y'all agree on. It's a contract. So in this contract, y'all agreeing to things. Y'all coming up with mutual agreements. If you don't like some of the contract, you say, I don't like that. If they don't like some of the contract, they'll say, I don't like that. But remember, it's their house, it's their deal. So they're gonna stand on business most of the time. So this is the contract portion of it. You sit down, you look through the contract, and you come up with an agreement, and then you make the offer. If they want 80,000 for their property. This is the time that you say, well, I looked at the foundation and it looked like it might need some work, so let me give you 70,000. This is where you do that at in the contract. Whenever y'all coming up with the agreement and you making an offer, this is that stage. The next step gonna be funding. Funding is whenever you're going to the bank or the credit union and you getting approved. Pre-approval, that's whenever you go into the bank, you show them that you have the credit score. You show them that you have 2 years on the job. You show them that you have the down payment. That's getting pre-approved. A pre-approval just means that you already approved for this $100,000. Go find you $100,000 house. Now, there's other ways you could sign the contract and go into the bank and say, "Hey, I got this contract for $100,000. Can I get 100,000?" They might be like, "No, you can't get 100. You can get 80." Right? So then you'll have to come up with the rest of the money or something like that. But the funding stage is where all of the money is getting orchestrated, where you're going into banks, going into credit unions. I I prefer a credit union because they work with smaller people. Right, it's for a community. They community credit unions. They the big banks, the big banks that you see that's up to the sky. They working with institutions. They big money, so they're not gonna want to do that little 50, $100,000 deal on a real estate project. It's just not worth their time. So going into a credit union is a good way to get started. The last, the last is closing. After you done got the contract signed, you done went into the bank, you done got approved for the money. Now it's time to close. This usually happen about 90 days after you find the property. So the title work, the deeds, and then the keys. Title work is basically making sure that this house don't have like liens and stuff on it. If a company come out and fix my roof and I don't pay them, they will put a lien on my property where if I sell it, I owe them. Or if I don't pay my taxes, the government will put a lien on my property. Meaning, if I sell it, that money comes out of there, right? If I owe them 30,000 and I make 30,000, good luck. I don't have profits. I gotta pay them what I owe them because it's a lien on your property. And the title work, that's where you find out if it's liens on the property, if the person owe anything. So the lawyer usually go through this and look at this and they'll let you know. So the deed is just a piece of paper saying who owns it. I bought this property. Uh, I own it. That's what a deed is. It's kind of like a title to a car. And then you get your keys. Now you got your keys to your property. It's your property now. That's the whole process of understanding how to get into real estate. I have a community that I started where I'm teaching this stuff hands on. If you want to learn more about it, just contact me. That's what I'm here for.